Good afternoon, dear guests. I'm Rasul. I'm representative of the company from Tashkent and being the designer of this program, and I work with those who visited party. Let's come back to our presentation. I came here with a purpose special and for registration. Our company successfully used as the topic is very relevant because just recently the report was published about importance of DNSSEC and let's start. And in spite of the many participants, you know how DNSSEC works, but I would like to make a short introduction before we switch to details. Let's start from the following. The protocol DNSSEC helps us to enhance the security with the e-signature and cryptography. And each DNS has a couple of open and closed keys. They use a keys for key to sign the necessary area and generate an e-signatures for the same data. And we come to introduction. Use of the NSA helps us to use the two functions important of the NSA. First of all, to check the authenticity and help to resolve cryptographically, to check, to validate and verify if this data came from the area from where they were received from the area they originate, and to check integrity of data, and that this data were they changed after delivery when it was signed with a closed key, each zone publish open key, and resolver check verify originality and open key signed by others, and we get a consistency of the cryptographic keys for signing of other cryptographic keys. It's known like a chain of trust. However, the NSEC is not switched on automatically. Many network operators use manually open, and owners they use on their portative servers manually open. When considering these things, first of all, I would like to distinguish a number of problems when we have manual adjustment of the NSEC and use of the NSEC in general. Let's start from the following. Not all hostings support the NSEC. And when we talk about hosting, we apply to panels. And today, the most popular panels, CPLESC and CPLESC. However, we have to take into consideration that these panels, and they are on a payment basis, and not all hostings for this, and also to have for hosting providers, it is not a little bit convenient if a hosting keeps records of the DNSSEC, and they have to go to their hosting to give to registrator, and registrator go to its area, and registrator needs any form to get these records. Considering such case, you can come to use IP, deliver a solution of this problem. However, this problem could lead to the following. Automation of DNS requires resources, and it is for development of IP, which requires a human and temporary resources, but we have to take into consideration that some registers they use their own web hosting billing, and for them difficult to write IP on automation of the DNSSEC. And the last one, but another problem, important problem, it is difficulties of the DNSSEC. When they switch off the DNSSEC, we have to apply to register and register in on to in its turn should to take from the root and it causes some difficulties for the owners of domain names. And if we do not delete from the root area, the main will not operate. And again, also the owners of the names of the domain, they can reject use of the NSSEC. Nevertheless, we developed system. It helps to manage these areas and then to deliver to parent zone. It means that we made a parking and all these names. Maybe you didn't know. However, the modern DNS servers, which are known like Bind and Power DNS, support DNS automation through CDS, CDS key records. And both they are alternatives. And we developed such system where that every 5 minutes the server applied to data areas, branches, and check do they have CDS records. If they have, publish with itself. Also, if the register has their own DNS parking and this function of automatic publication of the S, or we can apply in other ways. Our root server can pull out these records. And here we can see our parking of the register and to tell exactly it is a personal room, also called, and here we have all data and having names of registers, name of the customers and zone and the status of the NSSEC would be included just clicking one button. And to include the extension of the NSSEC done automatically without work of registration. And it is built in such a way that the root get pulled out the records. And now let's move to a scheme of automation work, the scheme of this automation and the necessary clients be delivered as these records through IP or interface. But now, as I said earlier, we developed and adjusted our system in such a way that our server every 5 minutes scan the main and check the CDS records. And if they have, they publish not with register, but with itself. And also, I repeat, if the registers if you have any technical questions, you can scan and read to be acquainted more technically. That's all from my side. Thank you for your attention.